What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the TEC show. So today we're going to go over some of the latest polling, and then I have a request for you guys. So I'll have that request at the very end, but I want to take a look. We're focusing on the 2026 midterm elections, and we have some polling that's showing us there's been a major shift in this race. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. And also, you guys can hit the hype button if you want to promote this video out to more people. Okay, so let's go ahead. First thing I want to do is we're going to take a look at some of the latest polling, okay? Now, what I want to show you first, and this is coming from Twitter, political polls, and what's interesting about this is what they're looking at here is Trump's approval polling. Now, why are we talking about President Trump? This is the midterm election. We're not talking, President Trump is not running for president again. Well, we're talking about President Trump because generally a midterm election is a referendum on the president. And so if the president is not doing well in the polling, that has a major impact on the midterms. And that's why we're talking about the president. Okay, so looking at his approval, and this is going across the board. Now, we see this -4. So what does that mean? -4 means that his disapprovals are higher than his approvals. Okay, so among white individuals, -4. Among black individuals, -54. Hispanics, -41. Males, -11. Females, -25. And then between ages 18 and 29, we have -31. Between ages 30 and 49, we have -23. And then between ages of 50 and 64, we have -10. Ages 65 plus, we have -12. This was a YouGov poll that was posted, and this was conducted on January 26th. Okay, so if you've been looking at any of the latest polling, when it comes to the president's job approval, we all know that the president's job approval is down there. It's like 42%, and that's according to Ballotpedia, but you look at some different polling, and it shows him even in the 30s, the high 30s. And so he's underwater when it comes to his approval. But when you start looking at the different dynamics, the different categories here, black, white, Hispanic, you start to see some different information. Now, there was a Fox News poll that was posted, and I want to show you guys this because this is pretty interesting as well. And this poll reads here, if the election for Congress were held today, would you vote for the Democratic candidate in your district or the Republican candidate in your district? Okay, so let's take a look. And so when we're looking at the results here, so we're taking a look at all voters. 52% would vote for the Democrat, 46% would vote for the Republican candidate. Black voters, 74% would vote for the Democrat, 26% would vote for the Republican. Voters under age 30, 64% would vote for the Democrat, 36% would vote for the Republican. College degrees, so people with college degrees, 58% would vote for the Democrat, 41% would vote for the Republican candidate. When it comes to white evangelical Christians, 29% would vote for the Democrat, 70% would vote for the Republican. When it comes to rural voters, 38% would vote for the Democrat, 59% would vote for the Republican candidate. When it comes to white voters without a degree, 44% would vote for the Democrat, 54% would vote for the Republican. Self-identified Democrats, 95% would vote for the Democrat, and 4% would vote for the Republican. And then self-identified Republicans, 8% would vote for the Democrat, and then 92% would vote for the Republican. Now, when it says self-identified, basically what that means is if they ask you, are you a Democrat or a Republican, and you say, I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat, a lot of people will say, I'm neither. I'm independent, or, I vote both, I vote for Democrats and Republicans. And so that's why they asked that question specifically that way. And so basically what they're saying here is these people are strong Democrats or strong Republicans, and you see along party lines how they would vote as a result of that. Okay, let's take a look at VoteHub. This is interesting too. So when we're looking at this, it says Democrats' chances in key Senate races are surging. Okay, and this is Kalshi. This is the Kalshi odds. And so what I want to show you here is you have Georgia, 78%. So basically what Kalshi is saying, and it's a betting line. Basically, people can bet on the election. Now, believe it or not, you can pretty much bet on anything nowadays. So when it comes to Georgia, 78% of people are betting that Democrats will win Georgia. Okay. And so we're seeing this shift here, this +7, and that's based on from November 4th until now, we've seen that +7 shift. Now, when it comes to Michigan, we have a 77% probability or chance of Democrats winning in Michigan. North Carolina, 75% chance, okay, and that's changed. It's +15 now. When it comes to Maine, 64% chance, and that's up +8 since November. Alaska, 45% chance. That's up +20 since November. Ohio, we see a 40% chance, and that's up +5 since November 4th. Iowa, 35% chance, and that's up +8. Texas, 34% chance. That's up +17. Comes to Nebraska, 32% chance, and that's up +15. And they show Osborne here. Now, Osborne isn't independent. It says +Dem. I'm not sure exactly what they're saying there. If Osborne wins and he caucuses with the Democrats, I don't know if that's what they're saying. But nonetheless, it's changed. It's +15. Florida, 14% chance, and that's +4. Now, what I want you to focus on is not the percentages here. I want you to focus on the margin here. So we're seeing this margin change. Okay, we're seeing the pluses, the +15s, the +7s, the +20s. You're seeing a major shift from November until now, and that shift is going in the Democrats' direction. Okay, so I want to give a shout out to Jorge. Jorge, thank you for sending this comment here, and I'm not going to read the whole comment, but I got an idea from what you showed me in this comment. So you have tiers, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. And I think I want you guys in the comments to let me know what your tier looks like. And so, as I stated, I'm not going to go over everything, but basically what he's looking at here, we're looking at all the different states. Now, I don't know if in these tiers he went from the state that he thinks will be the most likely to go blue to the states that he doesn't think are the most likely, but that's what I'm asking you guys to do, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about here. And so if we go down, and this is our +1 model, okay, so if we take a look at some of the different races, what I've done is I've created tiers, just like Jorge did, so tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, but I put them in order the way that I think that the elections will go, okay, and this is for the Senate, okay, so when it comes to Georgia, I think Georgia is probably the best, the most likely outcome would be Democrats win in Georgia. North Carolina is number 2. Okay, North Carolina and Michigan, I think, are very close, but I think in North Carolina now we're seeing a clear leader. Roy Cooper is in the lead. He's a Democrat. He was a governor. I think he has a real possibility of winning. Now, when it comes to Michigan, we still don't know who's going to win the primary in the Democratic side and the Republican side. So once we get that information, then I think we'll be able to have a better idea of where that race is going. When it comes to Maine, also, we don't know who the Democratic nominee is going to be. We know Susan Collins most likely will be running, and so if she's running on the Republican side, we know who she is, but we don't know if it's going to be Plattner. We don't know if it's going to be Mills. And that makes a difference because Plattner right now is polling better than Mills is when you put a head-to-head against Susan Collins. And so this is the order. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, when we move into, and also what I should state, and this is what Jorge was saying too, and I agree with him 100%, these are must-wins. Democrats have to win all of these seats. And that's in order to be in a situation where they can take back control of the Senate. They have to win all of those seats. Okay, looking into tier 2. Now, tier 2, I only have 2 states. We have Alaska and we have Ohio. I think there's a good opportunity for Alaska to go blue, and that's why I put them here. And then when it comes to Ohio, I think Sherrod Brown can pull it out in Ohio if everything goes well and if we continue to see this pattern, this shift when it comes to people moving from Republicans to Democrats or independents moving from Republicans to Democrats. And so that's the way I think that would lay out. Now, when we're looking at the long shots, when we're looking at tier 3, and we're talking about states that voted for Trump, states that are Republican, but we could see a huge flip. We'd have to see a tsunami in order to see one of these states flip, but I also put those in order. I think Texas would be the next. So you have Ohio, and then if we get down to tier 3 and we do see some type of a huge wave, I think Texas could be one of those states that flips. Then Iowa, and then Nebraska, and then I put in there South Carolina. I still think South Carolina, because Lindsey Graham is not popular right now, I think that's going to have a major impact on the race in South Carolina. And in South Carolina, if they have the right candidate running against Lindsey Graham, I think it's going to be a very close race. And so we'll have to see how that plays out. But what I want you guys to do, I want you in the comments to show me your list. And in that list, give me the top 10. So that's what I've done. In the tiers, I gave you guys the top 10, how I think these races are going to go. And so I'd love to see how you guys respond to this. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. And remember, stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. So that's all we have for this video. Make sure if you guys want to send me an email, you can do that, david@thetecshow.com. Like the video, subscribe for more, and check out these videos over here for some more great content. Talk to you later. Bye.